Hello, friends. It's great to be with you today. Brent Peterson here with my very good friend, Dr. Dan Boone. We are excited for our conversation next week, and it's so important. And to be honest, it happens so often in the church. Where do we think of God in the midst of pain and suffering? So Dan approaches this as certainly a theologian and a pastor. So Dan, explore with us this notion of how do we speak of God in the midst of suffering in these contexts?
Yeah, thanks so much. And thanks to you and to NNU for doing this. This is a great service to all of us. Earlier this year, the Foundry released my book, A Very Good God in a Very Broken World. And it basically is a review of the story of Noah, one of the tragic occurrences in terms of narrative stories within Scripture. Then the story of Job and the lament psalms that we have. So those are the three areas that I've been thinking a lot about. I'll spend some time next week and we'll talk about dealing with our language about God in the middle of moments like this. I think we do tremendous disservice to our people when we're not very careful about this. And the truth is, these are the moments that we ought to stand up and preach in ways that frame the world for our people and frame it in the context of biblical narrative. So looking forward to having that conversation with you.
Yeah, it's so important. We'll bump up against the main issue of theodicy, right? And what degree is where is God when suffering happens? And you're right, a lot of times well-meaning Christians just say things that aren't helpful and perhaps untrue and harmful. And so, but it doesn't mean we're totally silent either. But how do we lean into a God who wants to suffer with us in the midst of these hard tragedies? And I'm really excited. Again, for those of you who are unaware, you're all invited to this free session. It is going to be next Tuesday at 11 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. And go to the NNU Wesley Center, Google that or the link below to find out how to register, or just email me. And it'll be a great time. We are going to tape this, so if you can't join us live, we'll be happy to share with you a link later on. So, Dr. Dan, thank you so much for taking time to be with us. It's a very important topic. This past week, David Busick led us on the issues of lament. And so it'll be a very important framework to think about where is God in the midst of suffering and why our language is so important, and both encouraging words and words maybe we shouldn't be offering. So thanks again, Dan. Look forward to talking with you again next Tuesday.
Thanks. See you soon.